Even more bad news for Jeb Bush. His top Florida fundraiser, Brian Ballard, is gone, walked off the campaign, and wait until you hear the reason that he gave. It has to do with the last Republican primary debate and the spat between Jeb Bush and Marco Rubio over whether Marco Rubio is fulfilling his obligations to the state of Florida. So this is what Brian Ballard said. The campaign has become negative, one that is about attacking and trying to bring down Marco Rubio. And that doesn't sit well, not only with me, but with anyone who knows the two. He goes on to say, Marco's a friend of mine. I didn't sign up for a campaign that was going to be negative and attack a bright star of the party's future. It doesn't make sense. I'm over it, and I'm done. Now, why do we care about Brian Ballard? He's just a fundraiser for Jeb Bush in Florida. Well, Ballard has given $20,000 to the pro-Bush super PAC Right to Rise and the maximum personal contribution of $2,700 according to the FEC. Now, that's not all that important. It's not a large amount of money, but it's Ballard's abilities as a fundraiser, collecting checks from friends and professional associates for which he is reportedly most valued. So as you know, American democracy is for sale, but it's hard to get one big check and largely illegal, even in America. So you need someone to go out there and talk to all the rich people and gather up all of their $2,500, $2,700 checks, bundle them together, and then hand them over to people like Jeb Bush. That's why someone like Brian Ballard is so important and why him leaving the campaign is important as well. Now, back to the reasons that he gave for why he's leaving, because Jeb just offended him because he's turned his back on his friend Marco Rubio. He attacked him once during a debate. It was a weak sauce attack, and it did more damage to Jeb Bush than Marco Rubio at the time and in the weeks since then. So it seems like that's not the actual reason. It's at least an exaggeration and probably an indication, based on the language used here, that Brian Ballard is either going to work for Marco Rubio or is at least hoping to get a position in the future. But either way, for a candidate like Jeb Bush, his lingering ability to get large money, to bring in that big money, that's really the only appeal that he has to conservatives these days. And so losing a top fundraiser like Brian Ballard, that is not a good sign. And that's my final judgment.